Hello everyone, back with you for another video. And this video is for Luke over at the channel Hot Wax and Cool Vinyl. Luke has a great channel, very extensive music collection of all different genres. And I've mentioned before, I really enjoyed his series he did not too long after he started his channel, where where over the course of several weeks, I don't remember how long it took you, Luke, but over the course of several weeks, you showed us your top 100 albums and gave very personal and specific reasons why those albums resonated with you. And as I said, during that time, I really enjoyed those videos and enjoyed your channel in general. Great content. You've recently went over the 200 subscriber mark. Congrats on that. And you wanted to do a little drawing competition contest, whatever you want to call it, and thought I would make a video to support your channel. Now, I hope this doesn't disqualify me, because I don't have anything to show. I'm kind of doing this off the cuff, but trying to pull specific things like, yeah, I want to use this, yeah, I want to use that. I don't think I'd ever get this video done if I took the time to pull out specific albums for specific songs, so I thought I'd wing it. And like I said, I hope you don't mind me not showing anything. But the basic question for this contest was, Luke wants to know the minimum of 2 songs that hold special memories for you. And, you know, that doesn't sound hard in essence, but it is when you have so many songs that fall into that category of bringing you memories. Luke believes this, and I've said this many times. That's one of the greatest things about music, is the memories associated with songs, with artists, with albums, with maybe a particular part in a song. I mean, music is just a great gift. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and get on with it. And I'll do this off the cuff, as I said. And the first song I'll go with is the song Those Nights by Skillet. It's off their Comatose album. It's basically a song where he reminisces his teen years and reminiscing, talking with a friend, listening to music, watching Headbangers Ball is something he alluded to in introducing the song in a concert I saw. And that song is all about those memories. And it takes me back to those times. I mean, the chorus says, stay up late and talk all night in the dark room lit by the TV light. I mean, it takes me back to the times where of me and my best friend in high school. We did that exact same thing. Sat, listened to music, watched TV, played video games, and shot the breeze. Two basic, I mean, neither of us were social butterflies. We basically spent our time, our free time, going to the mall, going to the arcade, playing video games, going to movies, renting movies, watching those on TV late at night, listening to music late at night, going to concerts. I mean, it just brings me back to my high school days with my friend Kevin. So that's one. The second song, on a totally different scale, and I think I've mentioned on videos before that this is one of my favorite songs of all time, is the song Alone by Heart. And the memory it brings back is hearing the piano part begin. And I forget which Wilson sister it is. I think it's Ann Wilson. Starting to sing. I hear the ticking of the clock. I'm lying here, the room's pitch dark. It gave me that vivid image in my mind of laying in a quiet room, and all you hear is the ticking of the clock. And the song goes on expressing her love for this person and how desperately she wants to tell that person the love she has for them. And that's her secret. She has nobody. She's the only one. She's alone with that secret. And from the first note of the first verse, I hear this ticking. I mean, that just made my knees go to mush. Falling in love with the sound of her voice. The lyrics of that song have always had a profound impact on me. Even back in my teen years. And I won't go any more in depth or try to get any more personal than that. Another song that comes to mind is the song Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. I mentioned that was the first rock song I ever owned. I owned the 45 or the 7-inch single, whatever you want to call it. Played the thing to death. And it's a song that pretty much I'd play it during the day, when I got up in the morning, before I went off to school. And that song gave me inspiration to face the day at school. Gave me the inspiration to face what I thought were very insurmountable and unfaceable problems. And looking back, of course, those problems are very minute. But to a kid at my age at that time, they were mountains compared to the molehills But that song gave me the inspiration to face the perceived mountain. Another song that comes to mind. I'm trying to think of things that I've not told before. Another song that comes to mind, Don't Talk to Strangers by Rick Springfield. That might surprise some people. But DJ High Noon bought that song up in one of his recent videos, and I mentioned in the comments how I remember playing my cousin's 45 or 7-inch, whatever you want to call it, the summer I was visiting that summer that song came out, and just playing that song to death because the song was so catchy. And the chorus of that song just, went through my mind, kept going through my mind. Just the memory of playing that song to death is why I decided to mention that one. Again, I don't have this song, and it will surprise you that I bring up this type of song. But Stranger in My House by Ronnie Milsap. I remember lying in bed at night, and in my elementary school, in my elementary years, I used the radio to fall asleep. And this was before I was a rock guy. But, my mom listened to country, so the radio in my room was on a country station. And I remember that song coming on one day. And again, the chorus going through my mind, Stranger in My House, and all this stuff. And not too long after I first heard that song, when it was fairly new, my mom and dad went to see Ronnie Milsap and everything in concert. And when they came back, I didn't know anything about Ronnie being blind or anything at the time. And be like, he's blind, and sitting there playing the piano and all that and performing that just blew my mind. And I bought up the song Stranger in My House. And my dad mentioned he played that. And that was the first song out of many that would come up later on in my childhood as I got more and more interested in music. Stranger in My House by Ronnie Milsap was the first song that my dad and I sat down and discussed. The message behind the song. And it's like, oh, you can actually get like songs have a story to tell or some kind of message to convey. I'd be like, kid my age, that was just new to me. So that's another song. Another song I'll mention, and this will be the last one, is the song Rock and Roll Part 2 by Gary Glitter. And I know there's things about Gary Glitter that have come out, but that's neither here nor there. This isn't about Gary Glitter as a person, but that song Rock and Roll Part 2, aka the Hey song, is played widely all over the place now at sporting events. And one of the first teams to use that song was the minor league hockey team in Saginaw, Michigan, when I was living there, called the Saginaw Gears. Whenever they came onto the ice to start a game or after an intermission, that song played. Whenever they scored a goal, that song played. Whenever they won a game, that song played. So I can't help but think about starting to go to the Gears games. The Gears being the first hockey team I consistently followed. And the memories going to those games, all the fights and everything associated with hockey at that time. So that brings me back those fond memories of hockey games past. And if I remember correctly, I believe you're a hockey fan, Luke. But here's my entry to your little contest. Hopefully that I didn't have any visual aids to show. It doesn't disqualify me. Even if it does, I don't mind. I just wanted to make this video to support your channel and congratulate you on going over 200 subs. Until I speak with you again, Luke and the rest of the music community, vinyl community, I'll just call you friends. Enjoy the music.